Thanks for reminding me. Well, yeah, yeah. It could have. Man. I mean, obviously, it's a great win for our team today. It's hard to beat anybody 3 times in a row, and especially a good team like Texas. We didn't get off to a good start. They started a 2-out rally and then had a change up out of the park, and all of a sudden we're down 3-0. And then we got the Lloyd brothers single and homer, and we're right back in it. Then gave them another run back, and we had a couple, 3, pretty good innings there. I think we scored 4, we scored 3. They scored 3, and I mean, it's just back and forth. I kept telling our guys, no lead safe today with the way the wind's blowing, the air's thin, the ball's really traveling. And I thought Dylan Carter came in and did a nice job of settling things down. He was starting to get a little tired. Pitch count was getting up, and obviously we ended up going to Fouch. And I mean, his misses were so close from the side. It looked like I had a frustrated catcher, and we thought maybe some of those pitches were strikes. They're probably 50-50 balls. He just didn't get any of them, I don't think, there in the 8th, but came in and threw pretty good there. Had good velocity. Really didn't have a secondary pitch, and he's been doing well with that. But starting with the game with Landon, I thought he threw the ball okay. Pitch count got up, and so we just went and got him and gave us 4 innings, gave up four runs, and 4 hits, 4 of everything it looked like. And we had a bullpen full of fresh arms, and we just thought we'd mix it up a little bit, and it worked out. Today offensively it was a lot of patience at the plate, 3-2 walks, fouling balls off, a walk, home run, a walk, a home run. And I think we scored all of our runs except that last run on home runs. And that's a good job by the offense, getting pitch counts up, fouling off pitches and taking a walk, and then we'd have a big swing. And obviously Reese Robinette had his best game ever as a Razorback, and I think he drove in 6 runs and hit a curveball or a changeup over the scoreboard that was huge for us. And that came right after we let a ball drop in right field. Right fielder's ball, wind's blowing that way. He needed to take control of that play, and almost didn't hurt us. But then they single up the middle with 2 outs, 2 strikes, and then the next guy hits a homer, and they score 3 runs. And they ended up being earned runs because I guess it was nobody touched it, but really we gave them 4 outs that inning, and they took advantage of it. So, but a great win on a Game 3 on a Saturday.
Robinette, I know injuries have kind of opened the door for him lately, but earlier in the year he wasn't even playing really much in midweek games. Just what have you seen differently from him that's led to him getting some more playing time lately?
What you guys saw, he's been swinging the bat a lot better. I mean, his batting practice got better a couple weeks ago. He's kind of like, wow, starting to let it go a little bit, hitting the ball on the line. I mean, it's all about the offense. Defense has always been good. I mean, he's a first baseman that can play third, so that tells you something. That he's got good hands. He can pick the ball. He's a really good target to throw to. And this weekend what I did is I just started him against the right-handers and started Rocco against the lefty, and then would get Reese in maybe for defense if we had the lead, just because he's a lot better target to throw to.
Reese had the big home run at LSU a couple of years ago, redshirted last year. What's it say about him that he sticks around? To this day and age, guys could easily hit the portal. Just what's it say about him?
Yeah, I mean, last year we told him after fall ball of his second year that just didn't see a lot of playing time. We didn't want him to leave, but we told him if we understand if you do go to if you go to junior college, maybe we'll get you back, and but if not, we'll just get you stronger. And he decided that's what he wanted to do. Went out and played pretty well this past summer. I think in the New England Collegiate League or one of those over there, and made the All-Star team. Played a lot of third base. Come in the fall, didn't have a great fall, nothing special, not bad, but just nothing that really lit you up. And yeah, and then now it's like the light came on the last couple of weeks, and confidence, once you got those two doubles in that midweek game, a couple opposite field hits, and he's just been swinging the bat a lot better.
Any extra satisfaction, just what you guys did today to Grubbs and Relentless, two guys that have been so good in the SEC this year?
Well, it doesn't matter who it's against or, the name of the pitcher. It might to the players because, it's just competition. But those two guys have been incredible. And one throws right, one throws left. Lefty hadn't been hit really all year. And I think we wore him down a little bit. We laid off some pitches after the first time around. His first hitter he faces is Davalon, a left-hander, and he threw a perfect fastball away, and then two nasty curveballs, and it was over. And the next time, Davalon hit the ball over 400 foot off of him and gave us 3 more runs. That was a great at bat. But we're just proud that we fought back because early it wasn't looking great, and we knew what they had left in the bullpen. We thought they might bring Relentless in even sooner than they did, and but as far as getting on Burns a little bit, there's a case that we really weren't singling. He walked a couple of times. We hit a homer. We hit a homer, and I think at one time our first 6 runs were all 2-run homers. So just a really good job by the offense. And again, it doesn't matter who's pitching for the other team. We're just trying to score.
What can you attribute all the walks this weekend to? Good approaches at the plate, just good scouting. How because it clearly made a huge difference, all the free passes that you guys had this weekend.
I'm sure, you go over what their tendencies are. You look at some film, see some things. But I think just a good job by our hitters, having really good discipline. And unless they had 2 strikes on them, they weren't swinging unless they got a pretty good pitch to hit. So borderline pitches, you'd lay off. They call it a ball. It's a good thing. If not, then you got to fight with 2 strikes or whatever. But just staying in the zone. We did a great job of really getting their pitch count up, and I think frustrating them a little bit that we weren't swinging.
You talked about Robinette at first base. Do you like this defensive alignment with Kozel at second and him at first?
Yeah, it's fine. They're both solid, and they both hit left-handed, throw right, and they both can play multi-positions, and that's what we have right now. So proud of the way they played.
Pretty big reaction from your team out there in the outfield after they won today. Just how much do you think this series meant to them?
Well, we needed to win the series. We lost 3 in a row. It's like I said a couple weeks ago, it's life in the SEC. It's tough, and about the time you think you got it figured out, somebody will get you 3 times on the weekend. And players are good. All the teams have good players, good pitchers, and to lose 3 in a row, that was tough. But we're playing really good teams. It didn't go our way. Nobody swept us. We just kept hanging in there, find a way to win a game, almost win another one, and we didn't do it. And then today, we won the first 2 games, and today could have been a day where all they're scoring and we're not pitching real good, and they got their guys going, and but our guys wouldn't have any of it. They just kept fighting for another pitch, and let the next guy do the job as I take ball 4, and 4 or 5 times, 3 or 4 times a day we did with home runs.
On the events leading up to Davalon's home run, you called him over. We could see you making a bunt sign and all, and he showed bunt on the first pitch. Did you maybe entice
A little bit.
him to throw one in there?
Maybe we were just talking about, a safety bunt. Wanted to see if the first baseman would come and charge in. And then he decided he was going to throw a fastball on the second pitch. So, I don't know. Maybe.
Just curious how meaningful it was to get a first sweep of Texas on a day that the 85 team is honored.
It was really cool because the 85 team played in the Southwest Conference, and Texas is everybody's biggest rival back then. But Arkansas and Texas had a rivalry, especially in football, and it carries over to the other sports. So all of the guys that came back, they know Texas. If we'd have played Alabama or somebody else, they weren't in the league when they played. But to see the Longhorn, you know, and the, you know, the big T on the hat and all that, I think it was special for them, for us to win the series when they were here.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any memorable interactions with, you know, members of the team, catching up with them today and stuff? And
yeah, I actually met him about 11:30 and spoke to the whole group, and you know, I just told them that how special it is that 40 years later, all you guys showed up, and really with the way team sports are these days, you probably won't see a lot of that down the road, because you know there's guys are only there a year or two, and a lot of those guys, you know, they played together 4 years, became really good friends. And I also told them that I told the team before stretch today, I said, you know, I said we're the 2025 team, and if you guys have a 40-year reunion, I said I'll be 105, so you guys enjoy it.
how good was it just to see your lineup today always have a response when maybe in weeks past those maybe, you know, more of an issue?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to hit home runs. It's always good to hit the ball hard. But I just love the way that they just kept fighting. I mean, there might be 2 quick outs, and they walk us on 5 pitches. The next guy goes full after being behind, takes a walk. Next guy, it's home run. I mean, if I'm in the other dugout, I'm thinking this is unbelievable. How quick this happened. You know, we're 1 pitch away from being in the dugout. Next thing you know, they hit a 3-run homer and spread the lead a little bit more, and or get back in it, or whatever the case may be. Because that's kind of what happened when they hit the 3-run homer, and then they get 2 outs, and Vahiva singles, and then he leaves a breaking ball up, and all of a sudden it's 3-2, and they're probably thinking, wow. And been on that side of that, but a great job just being relentless, and great job by, like I said, Carter coming in and just really settling it down for a couple innings.
Talked about earlier in the week, needing some guys that maybe, you know, haven't made a big impact at all during the season step up this weekend, and clearly you got that, whether that was Bowles in Game 1, Robinette today. How do you feel that them and the rest of the team really answered that challenge?
Yeah, that's exactly what I told them. I said, guys are injured, guys got to step up. If you've been playing a lot, you got to play a little better, and if you haven't played, you got to help us. And you know, those 2 position players did a tremendous job, and you know, just really happy for them. You know, they're both really good teammates. Players really like them. Pulling for them, you can tell in the dugout, you know. And when Reese hit the first home run, the dugout went nuts. That was his first home run of the year. And then the second home run, he's made up for not hitting many, and hit 2 at once, it looked like to me. That ball was crushed. And that was a big swing for us. So it's exciting. You know, and Bowles hit that 2-run homer on Thursday night. Nobody had done anything. We didn't know what was going to happen in this series, and all of a sudden we had a 2-0 lead in the second. Really lit the dugout up as well. Yeah.
That play in right field that dropped in, is that one where you'd like Vahiva not to sprint all the way out there and just?
Well, I appreciate his effort. You know, because you have a second baseman and the ball straight over his head going back. Really hard play. Vahiva's going at an angle, and I get it. And you know how great he can play. You know. But the right fielder could settle that whole thing down by calling everybody off. So I'm not going to tell Vahiva not to go over there. I mean, who knows if the right fielder didn't misread it and break back or whatever. But in that case, the right fielder just got to – it's like that's his playground, man. This is my area. I got it. Ball is what we say. And they were probably both waiting for him to say something, and he probably didn't say anything. That's my guess.
Thomas, he hit his 8th home run of the year. I mean, from the 9-hole. I mean, how much of a boost is that power from the bottom of the lineup? And has he maybe even surprised you a little bit with his production this season?
Well, he did it last year in junior college, and you know we knew their coach real well. One of their coach real well. He's got a lot of power. We didn't want him. It wasn't all about hitting home runs. We wanted him to get on base, and that's what he's done a great job. I mean, the walks, the innings he started. But if you make a mistake, you can hit it out of the park, and he's hit. I mean, he had a couple at Vanderbilt that were huge that weekend, and you know, just he's strong. You got a little thump in there, and that's what you want. You want 1 through 9 to be able to hit it over their head, and but he's got some speed too. He can steal a base. I mean, he could hit lead off 2-hole, and but we like him down there. We say he's our second leadoff man.
With Vahiva, He seems just every weekend, whether it be in the field or at the plate, there's a lot of talk about maybe player of the year type deal for him. I mean, what do you think about maybe how he fits into that and this type of season that he's having?
Well, he plays a position that's very hard to play, and play shortstop and hit like that. I think it's special because, I mean, the guy's fielding unbelievable. He made a throwing error yesterday. The ball was soaking wet, took off on him a little bit, but I mean, he just makes play after play. He's also a threat to. He can drive the ball the other way. You make a mistake, like he hit a ball seemed like 500 foot to the pull side at Florida. He hit one over the dead, the batter's eye. That's as hard a ball as I've ever seen hit in college over at Georgia to tie that game, dead center, and he can also go the other way. I mean, he's having a great year, and it's just kind of who he is, what he does, and don't want to put any of that type of pressure on him. He's just really valuable to us. I know that.
You feel like he's like pushing the team forward in some games?
Yeah, I mean, just by both sides of the ball, defense and offense, and he stays pretty calm. But what I really like about him, I've said it many times, if he's not having a good game at the plate, he doesn't take it to the field. You really wouldn't know. He's not out there practicing his swing or kicking the dirt. I mean, he just does his thing, waits for you to hit the ball to him and throw you out. He didn't go in the dugout and throw his helmet. He might want to, but he doesn't, and he plays like a pro. All right.
Reese, you get front and center, baby.
Sure, Oliver.